Hello, my beautiful rainbow people. Welcome back to the Controversy of Zion. This is my Pot Smokers Bible program that is designed to piss you off, shock the hell out of you, or scare the hell out of you. One of the three. If I'm not doing one of those things, or making you extremely happy, if you agree with me, then I'm not doing my job right. Because this is Controversy of Zion. And my job is literally to create this controversy. It is what the Bible projects, what it foretells. Because it foretells that a woman calling herself Zion, claiming to be the prophet of the 54th chapter of the book of Isaiah, would step forth and say these magical words: I am the prophet of the gray. Today's episode is about the UFOs and about who they are and who I am in relationship to them and therefore to you. You see, I'm going to start out my discussion with 3 Bible passages. Because I am a prophet, my prophecy comes straight from the King James Version of the Bible. Everything that I do, say, think, and feel stems from my association with God. This God. The God of the Holy Bible. Not the Christian God. I used the Christian Bible because King James was my great uncle, and therefore it's my family translation. And I'm very able to use my family's interpretation to establish myself. So, according to Ancestry.com, King James was my relative, so I have every right to use his book. It is also the best known English version of the Bible, and I am English. I speak English, so it's my version. Now, that's not to take away from my brothers in Israel, because all of this stems from their ancient sacred text, what we call the Old Testament. I do not, repeat, do not, sidebar, use the New Testament, because I am not a Christian. This is not a Christian prophecy, and that is why I'm using the Old Testament. But because I'm dealing with UFOs, I can only deal with UFOs, and they are God. They are the actual God of the earth, and the God of the Bible, my personal God. We call them gray, but they aren't actually gray. Their skin is blue, as depicted in the Hindu text, because they are also the Hindu gods. Now, the very first thing that I want to tell you, or I want to read from the Bible, is Exodus 3, 2 through 8. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. And Moses said, I am now turned aside and see this great sight, why the bush is not burnt. And when the Lord saw that he turned aside to see, God called unto him out of the midst of the bush, and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here I am. And he said, Draw not nigh hither. Put off thy shoes from off thy feet, for the place wherein thou standest is holy ground. Moreover, he said, I am the God of thy father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon God. And the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people, which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmaster, for I know their sorrows. And I am come down to deliver them out of the hands of the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of that land unto a good land, and into a large land, flowing with milk and honey. Now, the reason I picked this one to start out with is because of the burning bush. God speaks to Moses through the flames of the burning bush. I am taught by mythology, archaeology, theology, that marijuana is this burning bush. Because marijuana alone is unique upon the face of the earth. The only other plant related to it is hemp. Look it up. This is a sacred plant coming from the homeworld of our ancient ancestors, the God of the earth, those who from the heavens came. That is the true definition of the ancient word God. This means literally that God is great. Now, the next passage that I want to illustrate, I believe, let me make sure I get this there. 6:3, Exodus 6:3, which says, "And I appeared unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob by the name of God Almighty, but by my name Jehovah I was not known to them." Okay, now this verifies that God's name changes with each generation. We have Yahweh, we have Jehovah, we have I am that I am. We have the tetragram, which should not be spoken ever. Too holy and too sacred to be spoken. We have the current name for God, Ishi, which is projected from the testimony of the prophets. I think it's Amos. But don't quote me on that. But the name Ishi stems directly from the Bible prophecy. That's why when the gray began to speak with me telepathically, and I asked him his name, he said, "You could not ever pronounce my name because you could not actualize my language. I am a telepath. When I say my name, you see in your mind the image of every lifetime that I have lived, from my conception all the way until this day. My name would fill a book. So you will call me what name you will." And I, being a prophet of the Bible, and having been versed in the prophecy prior to this communication, knew that there was only one name to be given to this entity, and that was the name of Ishi. So, when I speak with the gray, telepathically, I speak to Ishi or one of his associates, whoever happens to be on duty at the time. Now, the name Ishi is used as a generalization to speak to any gray, to signify that you speak to the current generation of gray. One name for all who respond, but one name in particular for the one entity who is my baby daddy Ishi. So you speak to the gray through Ishi, as Christians speak to God through Jesus, something like that, to make it easier for the human population to equate the UFOs as one united people having one united name. Now, I am Zion, the prophet foretold in the 54th chapter of the book of Isaiah. I am the barren one who sings, having a shameful youth, mourning the loss of my beloved soulmate who hated me. I was rejected by him. It was not good. But that's who I am. And I have been groomed from the age of 17 to be the voice for the gray. The gray are the occupants of the UFOs. And they have awarded me with the position of the Most High God, of the Zion of the Most High God of Israel. holder of the council, chair of the council of Gray, the chair of Earth. I am the human representative to the Council of Gray. I represent every human being on the planet Earth within the heavens. And every decision that is made regarding the planet Earth is made by me on the Council of Gray. So, the Gray are my father race. They are my friends. And they are my God. Those who from the heavens came. I give them honor, as should all humans, because we contain 1% of their genome, one complete set of Gray DNA. We are a hybrid species, hybrid Neanderthal. And we have always been under the authority of the Council of Gray in the wider intergalactic universal society, of which we are now becoming a part. Now, the new name for God is Ishi, which brings us to the last part of the passage. And And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of cloud, and led them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire, to give them light to go by day and by night. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night, from before the people. This describes what we call UFOs, or whatever the stupid P thing that the government decided it had to do. Point being, the UFOs that you see flying around the skies more and more often, because I've asked them to show themselves more. The reason you're seeing them more is because I said, look, we need to amp this up. We need them to see you so that when I come up and say I'm speaking for you, they'll know that you're real. So, they are showing themselves so that you will know that I speak for them. And you will be able to believe me when I tell you all of the things that has been prepared for us for this time. All the knowledge that I have gained, not only from this book, but from the Quran, from the Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishads, from the teachings of the Taoists, from Shinto teachings, from Native American lore, from South American lore. I have studied all ancient mythologies and theologies in order to be conversive in most. I am not a master of any, but I understand the truth that underlies them because I have been taught that truth from above. I am the Zion of the Most High God of Israel, the prophet foretold in the 54th chapter of the book of Isaiah. And I stand before the God of the earth, and I speak for the earth to the heavens. And I speak to the earth from the heavens. So when the Gray speak, they speak through me or through those who I ordain. Which means that if you are a telepath and you want to be a priest of Zion, to be an interpreter of the Gray, a prophet of Israel, then come join me in York, Nebraska, and I'll teach you everything I know. The Gray will be coming more and more. Time has come. Let's go camping. So may the Gray watch over you, guide you, protect you, keep you from all harm, and teach you right from wrong. May you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. Find your joy and pursue it. Make that your guild choice when we get to Camp Zion soon. And stay happy and high if you use drugs. You have every right and reason to. You are a potential priest of the Most High God of Israel, just like I am. Come and join me. Let's change the world. So, I'm going to say later now, because I never say goodbye.